Okay guys, so I'm back at the Porsche this afternoon. It's a really hot day in Dresden today, so I've left it till a little bit later. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, and it's sort of bearable in the workshop. From the last time, I got out all of the bolts in the cylinder head, all apart from two. Two broke off, as I showed you in the last video. So I've been thinking about how best to get those out, so I've decided to buy a special tool which I found on the internet over the weekend. Last weekend actually. So I actually ordered it last weekend and it came really quickly. So it's a product, a laser product it's called, from the UK I think, and it's a universal drill guide kit. So there's another one that I've seen advertised on the internet. It's an American company who makes quite a foolproof setup to get these bolts out. But that's £250, and that's before any kind of taxes to get it into Europe, and of course the delivery time. So I was quite pleased to find this other solution. It was about £100, so I'll see how I get on. I'll show it to you in a minute, and I'll do I'll give it a rating once I've set it up and used it. But it looks quite a simple contraption, and it's for M8 and M10 header bolts, so I'll show you that now. So this is the product. It's pretty simple. There's nothing special about the box or anything. It's not even branded. And for £100, I don't know, maybe it just sort of appears a little bit cheap, but this is the product here. Laser universal drill guide kit, as I mentioned. The instructions are very, very basic, and actually I went online to see their video on YouTube to see how best to use it. But essentially it's this sort of arrangement of three prongs here, which you bolt on to good header bolts, good studs, and then you locate this long, I think it's this long one of these ones over the stud that's broken, and then you use these nuts and bolts here, M8, M10, to fix these here onto the good header bolts, and then you take this locating tool for the drill. You can see it's got a hole in there, and use these drill bits to literally just guide it through that hole into the center of the bolt. It's not a brilliant explanation, probably looking at their videos best, but this part fits to the drill itself. So this sort of goes on here, then into the drill bit, and then you have to measure the depth of your drill bit, your studs. In the case of the Porsche header bolts, they are 28 millimeters. They're M8 by 28. And then you work up. So this is your pilot drill, and then if it's M8, then you use this one. M10, you use this one. This is quite a stubby thing actually here. But then essentially it doesn't drill the entire bolt out, so it leaves the thread in with the metal from the bolt that sort of fits within the thread, and then you pick it out using a little pick. So it's one of those things. It's a bit worrying doing this because you've almost got sort of one chance to get it out. So I'm going to set it up as they show on the internet and see how we get on. Okay, so this is the stud here, which is broken off. So what I've got to do first of all is to clean that up to make it as flat as I can with a file, and then I can test fit the jig that I've just showed you. But otherwise, this is just an idea of what it's looking like under here. Okay, so I've just filed that the head of that broken bolt as flat as I can. You can see there's some kind of I don't know if that's a crack in it or a scrape or a score. But you can see a dark line across it, but I think I've got that flat enough to assemble or to fit the guide kit now.
I was having trouble actually getting this to fit on the block, and I realized when I was looking at it, they'd assembled it incorrectly in the case when I checked the video online. But also, to make this work and for it to be perpendicular to the cylinder head, all of these, when they're pushed together, all of these arms should match in height. And you can see this one here, this one here, they've installed the wrong size. I don't know what that is, like grommet, or you know, this section here is the wrong gauge. They've obviously glued on the wrong one. So it was assembled incorrectly in the box when I unpacked it, and it's actually been incorrectly manufactured. So it means you can't, for it to work, that has to be, they all have to be sitting flush with the cylinder head. So that's really annoying, because obviously I've I've set it all up and taken time to do it today, and now I'm going to have to send this one back and get another one. But yeah, that's the fun of working on your own car. Okay, so just got a package through the post, and I'm pretty sure it is the oil and oil filter. That's it. Yeah, oil filter there, Marla. It's been actually 2 years since I did an oil and filter change on the car. I've done virtually no miles, but actually, yeah, it needs doing. It's not 2 years, it's a year and a half, because I think I did it in October 2017. But that's the filter, which is fantastic, and that is the oil. The oil, getting it off Amazon is so much cheaper than buying it in shops. I think I paid £42, so around 45 euros, or $40 to $50 for the oil. So that is 10 litres of oil. So that's the next thing. Once I've got all of the exhaust done and so on, then I'm going to give it an oil service. So the exhaust brackets have just arrived that I ordered on eBay over here. They are from Porsche. They're about 250 euros each plus VAT. So they are more or less around the 600 euro mark for two of these. But I managed to get these, apparently they're brand new, off eBay for 50 euros including postage and packaging. So I got them from a guy who was in his 70s, and he's been working on Porsches in his own workshop for the last, since 1964 he said. And I had a really good conversation with him. Really interesting guy. Obviously over that amount of time he's built up such a massive amount of knowledge about these cars, and I was talking to him for a while. But anyway, these are the brackets, so I'm just going to try and get them out with one hand. Might have to put my foot on the other end there. That's one of them. You know, they look bloody good. I've seen them used on eBay in the UK for like 100 quid or 150 quid or maybe 200 quid, and they're old rusted ones. But these, I mean, I can already see through the packaging, they are they're just unbelievable. He had two sets for sale. I don't want to speak too soon, because I hope I don't find anything wrong with them, but he had two sets for sale, both for 50 euros, and I guess I probably should have bought both, really, because these look amazing. We've got this, Jesus. A bit difficult. They've even got the, look at that. My God. Look at that, they're absolutely brand new. Bit of dirt on the end there. They're brand new, 50 euros. So I've just saved myself 550 euros by scanning the pages of eBay. And look, those are in there as well, the gauzes. Everything there's one in that side as well. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 50 euros. I'm pleased with that. Also, while I was away, because I've just been away in the UK for a week, the tool that I bought previously, the one to drill the studs out of the engine block, that broke off. That was, they sent through the replacement part as well, so I'm going to try and maybe get to have a go at that this weekend. But this is a really good start. I'm really pleased. So this is the tool I mentioned before. I think I've shown you this already. When I first got it and tried to use it, it didn't work at all because the company had built it incorrectly. This part here was too deep. They put the wrong collet on the top. So they sent me through pretty quickly another one. I didn't go through Amazon. I just phoned up the tool company straight away, and they're very apologetic and said, yeah, no, we'll definitely get you another one out. And they got me another one out now, and you can really see. I don't know if I can show you that. You can see the difference in these two parts. It's a bit messy there. I don't know, maybe that's some glue, but the collet on the end of this one, the new one, the correct one, is the right one, whereas the other one was too deep. So I'm going to set that up now and show you what I mean. Okay, so this is looking up underneath the engine to the manifold, or at least the where the manifold connects to the cylinder head. And this is the tool that I said I've bought, which I showed you before. And this is the bolt that needs to, which is snapped and need to come out. So what I've done is, I don't know if you can, not really focusing, it's a bit too close for me to focus. But under here, yeah, so what I've done is I've center punched that bolt, and now I'm going to line this tool up. The way this works is it sort of lines up over that. So the tool lines up just over that like that, and then you put a little insert in there, which is, where is it? This thing. So that is the insert for, I think, whatever size drill bit that is. And that guides the drill bit. And there's another one that goes on the drill bit as well, which sort of guides it into this hole. So it's still a little bit nerve-wracking because you've got to tighten all these things up here, and that essentially centers that, makes that nice and, well, you know, that hole sort of perpendicular or flat to the cylinder head. And you've got these little studs here. I actually bought these studs. It doesn't come with the kit, but the bolts come with the kit, obviously. And I'm going to drill into it, so that is the next step. And the replacement part that they sent me, so this bit here they sent me was incorrect because of this this bezel was too big, but you can see the top is flush, and the replacement that they've sent me has the correct bezel, but it has this sort of lip on it which prevents this part from going down far enough. No, it doesn't bloody. From going down far enough in here. Just see if I can do that. To actually connect with this grub screw. So if you look through here, the grub screw hole is just completely open. So far this company is just, they've been very willing to help, but both of the parts that they've sent me have been incorrect. It's an absolute nightmare. It's just a joke, you know. The engineering quality is just, or the quality control is just simply not there. So it looks like either I grind this one down myself, which I guess I'm going to have to do because I've got no other choice. I'm not waiting another week, or I wait another week and get another one. But it's very, very annoying, very, very annoying. So far, this tool is very, very poor quality. Costs £100. I don't know why this isn't focusing. It costs £100, and the quality is shocking.